Happy Earth Day, Earth Island Institute. I'm Michael Brune, Executive Director for the Sierra Club. I was asked to speak a little bit about the influence of David Brower. You know, I met David when I was over at Rainforest Action Network, and like so many other people, I found him to be an inspiration, probably in more ways than I can recount right here. But since coming over to the Sierra Club and becoming the Executive Director, a position that David once had for so many years, I've got to say I've developed a little bit of a grudge against the guy. I mean, seriously, how do you follow someone who has made the first ascents of so many mountains up and down the West Coast? How do you follow someone who has protected millions upon millions of acres? How do you follow someone who is continuing to fight and innovate and be creative decades after most people retire, after most people are focusing on their golf game and taking naps and drooling on the couch? How do you follow someone like that? You know, he taught us how to not get embroiled in the politics of one organization, but to track what the purpose of our entire movement is. He taught us how to be radical and pragmatic at the same time. You know, he taught us about building a movement. So when I think about it, I think about these guidelines that he's given us, and I realize that we are now breaking trail that David never actually thought was possible. We actually are in the position to create the ecological U-turn that David talked about so many years ago. We're in the position right now where we can create a society that's powered more from clean energy than from fossil fuels. We're going to do that on our watch. We're going to create a society where we, for the first time ever, we are weaving together an interconnected, powerful, interdependent global movement for environmental and social justice and economic justice. We're doing this, we're doing it on our time, and this is what David Brower helped to make possible. He helped to deliver us to this point, and we can take it further.
Hi, this is Van Jones. I wish I could be there. Now is the time for us to stand up together and find the courage of a David Brower and others to keep sticking up for what we know is right. I remember a couple of years ago, people were concerned that our opponents were greenwashing too much. They were pretending that they were environmental when they weren't. Well, I wish we had that problem now. Our opponents now don't even pretend to care about the environment. The idea that the best we can do is to suck dead stuff out of the ground and burn it without ceremony in our engines, in our power plants. So that's who we are as a human civilization in the 21st century, still burning dead stuff to power society. It's ridiculous. We can rely on living sources of energy, and we should. The living sun, the living wind, our living imagination, creativity, innovation, when it comes to efficiency, technological breakthroughs. That's who we are. We're an inventive people, an inventive species. We're an inventive country. We can't drill and burn our way out of our energy problems. We can invent and invest our way out. And that's the direction we want to go when it's popular and when it's not popular. That's who we are. It's what we stand for. Thank you so much, Earth Island, for keeping people informed, inspired, and involved. You've touched more people than you know. I wish I could be there. Have a great evening and celebrate yourselves and this beautiful earth that we're protecting in the memory of the good David Brower. Thank you.
Hello there. This is Bill McKibben from 350.org. I'm awful sorry I'm not there with you in person, though you're probably having too much fun for a sort of professional doom and gloom person such as myself, but it would be fun to be able to be there and just help celebrate the spirit of David Brower, who I had the great good fortune to get to know pretty well. And there's never been anyone, I think, who quite exemplified all the things that we want out of this environmental movement, who understood the practicalities and the politics and also the poetry and the pictures of this most beautiful world that we're trying to protect. We've got a lot of climbs to do ahead of us in the next few years. Climbs steeper than steeper than it's almost pays to look up at. I don't know whether we're going to be able to take on the fossil fuel industry quite the way it needs taking on, but we're damn sure going to try. And that means that it's extremely important that you guys have a very good time tonight, and save up all the energy and the good spirits and the love that you possibly can, because we're going to be putting it to work, and in the very near future. Thank you guys all enormously for all you do, and have a great time as you party for the planet.
I'm Amory Lovins, co-founder, chairman, and chief scientist of Rocky Mountain Institute, and talking to you from our furnaceless passive solar banana farm in Old Snowmass County. I had the privilege to be mentored for decades by Dave Brower and to work for him for a decade. He got me into this line of work. He was undoubtedly the greatest conservationist of the 20th century and one of the greatest in the world of all time. So it was a great privilege to learn from him and to be able to try to carry on his work. Judy and I were just rafting the Grand Canyon for a couple of weeks, and we passed and explored the tunnel where the Bureau of Reclamation had bored into the cliff, confident that they would be able to build a dam there and dam up the Grand Canyon. Dave and Martin Litton were instrumental in stopping that, and we are deeply grateful for that and myriad other benefits they've brought to our generation and innumerable ones still to come.
Hi, my name is Melinda Kramer, and I'm co-director of Women's Earth Alliance. And this is Dune, and he's a future Brower Youth Award winner. And congratulations to Earth Island for 30 amazing years. And what a celebration of David Brower's life. Made the legacy of audacity and vision and creativity and innovation live on in so many who are here at the Brower Center and all the lives that we all touch. And just what a celebration.
Chào các bạn, đây là Hải. Hey, this is Hải Võ, 2009 recipient of the Brower Youth Award and co-founder of the Real Food Challenge at the University of California, Irvine. I'm currently an organizer with Live Real, and we're young folks across the country changing food culture and policy. While I can't be with you all at the 30th anniversary of the Earth Island Institute, I do want to send you my đoàn kết, my solidarity, chúc mừng, happy celebrations, and yêu thương, love. David Brower, the Earth Island Institute, and you all continue to be my inspirations as I fight for real food and food justice. And in typical, usual Vietnamese fashion, with a drink or libation in hand, I do want to send you a message to yo, which means to go in to life. Yo. And if you're wondering, this is water. Ciao.